that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that this government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. That is a quote from Abraham Lincoln from the Gettysburg Address. Yes, this is the Robert Frost Farm in Riptin, Vermont. It's 2 hours away from Concord, New Hampshire in Vermont. Yeah, I actually went up to Vermont because I wanted to check out this Robert Frost Farm because I'd been up to the one in Franconia. I haven't been to the one in Derry yet, though. So I wanted to do that, and it was an interesting long journey to get up there. And this road is it's all dirt road, and it's quite a ways down, as you'll find out, to the Robert Frost Farm. Now I thought there was going to be like more, I thought they were going to have a film and stuff like that, like they have in Franconia, at the Robert Frost place in Franconia, but didn't. The house that you got, the White House at the end, and by the way, Robert Frost owned all that property. He didn't live in the White House. He lived in a log cabin behind the house, which you will see shortly in this video. And this was his summer home. And he was here before he died. He was working with the English College down by the road, which is Middlebury College. You'll see that later in this video. And he did a lot of work for them, and that's an English college, and it's a college for teachers. And when you see it earlier, it's really cool. But even though I didn't see, it wasn't quite what I expected. They didn't have stuff for visitors and stuff like that. It was still a nice drive up there. And it's also getting there through Vermont. I drove through some interesting roads, and it was definitely a good journey. And if you want to check out this, I would still check it out. It's a good drive in the country. And this is the White House. He didn't stay in that White House. And he didn't stay in that White House. That was mostly for visitors. And he lived in the house, in the log cabin in the back. So I'm just gonna shut up for now and enjoy this video. Thank you. Stay creative. After Apple Picking by Robert Frost. Read by Robert G. Parent. My long two-pointed ladders sticking through a tree toward heaven still. And there's a barrel I didn't fill beside it. And there may be 2 or 3 apples I didn't pick upon some bough. but I am done with apple picking now. Essence of winter sleep is on the night. The scent of apples I'm drowsing off. I cannot rub the strangeness from my sight I got from looking through a pane of glass. I skimmed it this morning from the drinking trough and held against a world of hoary grass. It melted, and I let it fall and break, but I was well upon my way to sleep before it fell, and I could tell what forming my dreaming was about to take. Magnified apples appear and disappear, stem end and blossom end, and every fleck of russet showing clear. My instep arch not only keeps the ache, it keeps the pressure of a ladder round. I feel the ladder sway as the boughs bend, and I keep hearing from the cellar bin the rumbling sound of load on load of apples coming in. For I have had too much of apple picking. I am overtired of the great harvest I myself desired. There were 10,000 fruit to touch, cherish in hand, lift down and not let fall. For all that struck the earth, no matter if not bruised or spiked with stubble, went surely to the cider apple heap as of no worth. One can tell, one can see what will trouble this sleep of mine, whatever sleep it is. Were he not gone, the woodchuck could say whether it's like his long sleep, as I described as coming on, or just some human sleep. Texas Falls Recreation Area is part of the Texas Brook on Vermont Route 125 between Rochester and Hancock. It is a part of the Green Mountain National Forest. I stopped here to rest before I continued my trek to the Robert Frost Farm in Riptin, Vermont. Texas Falls has a trail that is supposed to be an easy 1.2-mile loop trail, but I decided not to take a chance to do it. According to the sign, the falls formed around 12,000 years ago by glacial melt, which formed potholes in the bedrock. Dogs are allowed on the trail if they are on a leash, and they even have a picnic area on site. This is the birthplace of Joseph Smith, born December 23rd, 1805, a long time ago. I didn't know this place existed. This was the same exit that I took off the 89, exit 3, to go to Riptin, Vermont for the Robert Frost Farm. So I figured, on my way back, I'll check this out before I head back into Manchester. And it was really nice. It was really nice. Nice visit I had here. Had a little talk with the LDS people inside the Welcome Center. It was nice talk, and all the grounds. It was quiet, serene. You could easily walk the grounds and just be relaxed. So, anyways, it was a good stop. So enjoy my trek here. Now, when I was talking to them back in the visitor center, they told me about this road. And road, I consider it more of a four-wheeler path. But anyways, they told me back here there were two remnants of houses that the top LDS lived in back in the 19th century. I didn't take pictures of them. I probably should have. But most of the video that I took is like this, so that's why I sped it up. I was back there for a while and even drove on part of a road that was a ledge. Yes, that's popular in the mountains of Vermont because that was not the only ledge I drove on that day. But driving back here, it gave me a sense of adventure. And imagine, though, that most of the roads were like this in the 19th century. Especially imagine this in the wintertime. Places like this give us a totally different idea of the past. So I hope you enjoy this video. Hope you stay creative in the magic of life. And remember, some of the best adventures are in your backyard. Thank you for listening.